Have you ever wondered if something as innocent as fruit could quietly work against your health? Since childhood, we've been told fruit is nature's candy, full of vitamins, antioxidants, and sweet nutrition. But what no one tells you is this: not all fruits are created equal, especially as we age. After 60, our bodies begin to change. Metabolism slows down, digestion becomes more sensitive, and managing blood sugar, that gets trickier too. Some fruits that once supported your health in your younger years can now turn into hidden threats, raising blood sugar, interfering with medications, or increasing inflammation. Yes, even fruit can become harmful if you're not paying attention. But here's the good news. Nature also provides life-saving fruits, ones that fight inflammation, protect your heart, sharpen memory, and support stronger bones and muscles. Today, as someone who spent a lifetime studying aging and nutrition, I want to share with you 4 fruits to avoid and 4 you absolutely must eat to protect your body and regain strength. So let's get started. But before we dive in, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future tips made just for you. And if this topic speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. I'm here to improve and grow with you. Your health matters. Let's make smarter choices together, starting right now. Woman, grapefruit, the silent threat hiding in your breakfast. At first glance, grapefruit seems perfectly harmless, maybe even healthy. Its vibrant pink flesh, refreshing bitterness, and reputation as a heart-friendly fruit have earned it a regular place on many breakfast tables. But for adults over 60, especially those taking daily medications, this citrus favorite may be far more dangerous than it appears. Behind its juicy appeal lies a chemical threat few people talk about. A threat that quietly interferes with the very medications designed to keep your heart beating, your blood pressure stable, and your anxiety under control. Grapefruit contains a natural compound that blocks a key liver enzyme called CYP3A4. This enzyme is essential for metabolizing many common prescription drugs, including blood pressure meds, statins, anti-anxiety medications, and blood thinners, the very medications most seniors rely on every single day. When CYP3A4 is blocked, the medication can build up in your bloodstream, much like a river that's been dammed. The result? Drug levels may rise to dangerous, even life-threatening levels. And the consequences can be severe. Muscle breakdown from statins that damages the kidneys, irregular heartbeat from heart medications, excessive bleeding from blood thinners, extreme drowsiness or confusion from anti-anxiety pills. Sometimes, what's worse, many people have no idea grapefruit is the culprit. They drink juice or eat slices with breakfast, then take the medications shortly after. Days or weeks later, they end up in the ER with side effects no one traced back to the fruit. Some don't get the chance to find out. They simply never make the connection. It's a painful price to pay for something that looks and tastes so innocent. This isn't fear-mongering, it's simply the truth, backed by decades of medical research and real-life experience. Grapefruit isn't evil, but for the more than 70% of Americans over 65 who take prescription medications daily, it's not worth the risk. Fortunately, there are many safer fruits that offer the same refreshing taste without the gamble. And if grapefruit, bright, fresh, and praised for its health benefits, can quietly undermine your medications, what other fruits might be doing the same? What else are we consuming with good intentions, not knowing it's silently working against our muscles, joints, and circulation? Let's move on to the next fruit. It's small, sweet, and surprisingly dangerous, especially when eaten in excess. Before we go further, if you're still watching and this information has helped you, type the number 1 in the comments to let me know you're here and learning. I'm honored to share this journey with you. Now, let's look at the second fruit on our list, and it might just be one you eat every week. 2. Cherries, sweet, nostalgic, and surprisingly harmful for seniors. Cherries, small, sweet, and innocent. For many, they bring back memories of summer afternoons, fresh pies cooling on the windowsill, bowls of cherries passed around at family picnics, and the playful fun of spitting out the pits. They feel like a comfort food, a treat from simpler times. But as we get older, that once safe snack can quietly work against us. Here's the truth. Cherries, especially in large quantities or processed forms like juice, dried fruit, or syrup, are loaded with natural sugars. 1 cup of sweet cherries can contain nearly 20 grams of sugar. For a young, healthy person with a fast metabolism and balanced insulin response, that's not a big deal. But for someone over 60, especially those with type 2 diabetes or undiagnosed insulin resistance, this kind of sugar hits hard. It's like a tidal wave of glucose hitting the bloodstream. And when your body can't respond quickly enough, blood sugar levels spike and crash, causing symptoms like fatigue, brain fog, and increased vulnerability to inflammation. Over time, these repeated surges silently damage your organs and nerves. But the risk doesn't end with sugar. Cherries are also naturally acidic. For seniors struggling with inflammation, arthritis, or joint pain, that acidity can worsen existing symptoms. While fresh cherries do contain helpful antioxidants, when consumed excessively or in processed forms, the balance tips. That sweet little bowl you hoped would ease your pain might be the very thing making it worse. You might not notice it immediately, but over time, the effects creep in. The stiff knees that interrupt your morning walk, the lightheadedness after an afternoon snack, the restless nights spent with swollen joints. That bowl of cherries you trusted to nourish your body might be contributing to your discomfort, instability, and long-term joint damage. And that's what makes it so upsetting. Cherries seem safe, they're natural, familiar, and full of color. But the truth is, as we age, even the sweet things need a second look. What was once healthy might no longer serve us. It's not about fear, it's about awareness. It's about protecting your body from hidden triggers that feel harmless. And if something as small as a cherry can shift your body out of balance, imagine what happens when other nutrients like potassium from everyday fruits start accumulating unchecked. Before we explore that next, here's a simple takeaway. You don't have to eliminate cherries forever. But be mindful. Skip the juice, avoid the dried fruit, enjoy a few fresh cherries occasionally, and always with a protein-rich snack to slow down sugar absorption. If you've found this information helpful, type 1 in the comments to let me know you're here and learning. Let's keep going, because the next fruit may surprise you even more. Bananas, too much of a good thing can be dangerous. For much of our lives, bananas have been a symbol of good health. They're convenient, affordable, and packed with potassium. We've been told they help prevent leg cramps, boost energy, and even support heart health. And for younger bodies, that may be true. But as we age, our bodies change, and so does the way we process even the healthiest nutrients. What once gave us strength can, over time, become a hidden risk. Yes, bananas are rich in potassium, but for older adults, especially those with weakened kidneys, heart conditions, or anyone taking ACE inhibitors or potassium-sparing diuretics, this can quickly become a serious issue. The kidneys, once efficient filters, often slow down with age, meaning excess potassium isn't cleared from the body as it should be. Instead, it stays in the bloodstream, building up quietly and dangerously. That buildup can lead to a condition called hyperkalemia, a medical term for high potassium levels in the blood. It's rarely talked about in headlines, yet each year it sends thousands of seniors to the emergency room, and the symptoms are often easy to miss. A strange flutter in your chest, weakness in your legs, unusual fatigue, or a vague sense that something just isn't right. By the time those signs appear, the damage may already be underway. Bananas, while natural and nourishing in moderation, can pose a silent threat when consumed too often. Especially for those with sensitive systems, just a few extra bananas in a week can tip the balance for someone whose kidneys aren't working like they used to. And the most dangerous part? Most older adults never suspect the banana. It's too simple, too healthy, too familiar. But that's what makes it tricky. The danger isn't always in the things we fear. Sometimes it's hiding in the things we trust the most. Before you peel your next banana, ask yourself, is this what my body truly needs today, or just what I've always done out of habit? Being mindful doesn't mean cutting bananas out forever. It means knowing your body's limits and adjusting with care. If you have heart or kidney concerns, or take medications that affect potassium levels, limit banana intake and speak with your doctor about safe amounts. Your health deserves thoughtful choices, not just automatic ones. And if bananas can quietly disturb your body's rhythm, just imagine what happens when we reach for something that's even more deceptive. A fruit disguised as a healthy snack, but in reality, a concentrated sugar bomb in dried form. Let's take a closer look at that next. 4. Dried fruit. The hidden sugar bomb in your snack bag. They come in tidy little pouches, look harmless, even healthy. Raisins, dried cranberries, dates, apricots. You'll find them sprinkled over oatmeal, tucked into trail mix, or offered in waiting rooms as a better-for-you option. But for older adults, these shriveled snacks often hide a darker truth. What looks like nourishment is often a sugar bomb in disguise. And here's what many people don't realize. When fruit is dried, its water is removed. But the sugar, that stays behind, now condensed into a much smaller bite. A small handful of raisins might seem innocent, but it's the sugar equivalent of an entire bunch of grapes, without the fiber, without the hydration, and with all the sugar packed into a few sticky bites. Even more concerning, many dried fruits on store shelves are coated in added sugars or preservatives like sulfites. These additives can worsen inflammation, trigger asthma or migraines, and irritate the gut, especially in older adults with digestive sensitivities. If you're living with type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, or digestive issues, dried fruits can quietly wreak havoc. They may spike your blood sugar, upset your stomach, and give you a false sense of eating something wholesome. You think you're making a smart choice. Your body, however, is paying the hidden price. And that price builds over time. Elevated glucose straining your heart, indigestion disrupting your sleep, and energy crashes that leave you tired and foggy. Dried fruit may feel like a trusted friend, but for many seniors it becomes an invisible thief, stealing comfort, balance, and long-term metabolic health. As the solution isn't fear, it's awareness. We need to question not only what's sweet, but what's packaged and processed to seem healthy, when in truth it can do the opposite. Just because something comes from fruit doesn't mean it still carries fruit's natural benefits. Now, this doesn't mean all dried fruit is evil. In small portions and with no added sugar, it can be enjoyed now and then. But for older adults, especially those on medications, managing blood sugar, or dealing with chronic inflammation, it's time to shift focus from fruit that depletes to fruit that heals. Here's where hope returns. There are whole, fresh fruits that can support you, even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Fruits that protect memory, reduce inflammation, and fuel muscle recovery. They don't come in shiny bags, but they do offer something far more valuable: restored energy, mental clarity, and metabolic balance. So what should you eat weekly to stay sharp, strong, and steady? Let's start with a humble little fruit. Small, blue, and bursting with benefits, one that's been shown to protect memory and reduce brain aging. Up next, the powerful truth about blueberries. 1. Blueberries, the brain's quiet guardian after 60. There's something quietly powerful about blueberries. Small, modest, and often overshadowed by flashier fruits. They don't demand attention, but they absolutely deserve it. Inside each tiny berry lies one of nature's most extraordinary gifts, especially for those of us entering the later seasons of life. As we age, it's not uncommon for names to slip from our minds, for yesterday's errands to feel like last year's news. Moments of clarity become fleeting, like sand slipping through our fingers. But blueberries offer something more than comfort. They offer real protection for the aging brain. The science now confirms what many have long believed: what we eat truly shapes how we think, how we remember, and how we feel. And when it comes to brain health, few fruits have been studied as thoroughly or praised as highly as blueberries. Packed with anthocyanins, the deep blue pigments that give them their vibrant color, blueberries act like tiny warriors. These compounds have the rare ability to cross the blood-brain barrier, where they help reduce inflammation, strengthen communication between brain cells, and defend against oxidative stress, the silent force that wears down memory and cognition over time. Regularly eating blueberries has been linked to slower cognitive decline, sharper decision-making, and even a lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. For older adults, these aren't just hopeful ideas, they're lifelines. They mean more mornings with clear thoughts, more conversations where names come easily, and more independence when it matters most. But the beauty of blueberries doesn't stop with the brain. They're also great for the heart. Studies show they help regulate blood pressure, improve circulation, and reduce the risk of heart disease. Even better, they're low in sugar, making them a smart choice for people managing diabetes or cardiovascular issues. And here's the best part: you don't need a complicated recipe to benefit. Just half a cup a day, tossed into oatmeal, blended into a smoothie, or enjoyed right out of the bowl, can create lasting change. It's a small act of nourishment with a big return. In a world flooded with prescriptions, it's easy to forget that some of the most powerful medicine still comes from the earth. Blueberries are proof of that. They nourish, they protect, and they gently guard what may be our most precious resource: our minds. But the next time you pass the produce aisle, take a second look at the blueberries. They may be small, but they carry strength in every bite. And if something as unassuming as a blueberry can sharpen your mind, imagine what a crisp, fiber-rich apple might do for your heart. Up next, let's talk about why the old saying, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away," might be truer than we ever realized. So, apples defy the rich hero your heart has been waiting for. There's a quiet wisdom in that old saying, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away." It may sound like something from your grandmother's time, but for those of us over 60, it's more relevant than ever. In a stage of life when your heart needs extra care, your digestion gets more sensitive, and your body craves balance, the humble apple steps in. Not as a trend, but as a timeless ally. What makes apples so powerful? It starts with soluble fiber, especially a type called pectin. Pectin binds with cholesterol in the digestive system and helps flush it out before it enters your bloodstream. For older adults, this means apples may help lower LDL, bad cholesterol, and reduce your risk of heart attacks and strokes, naturally, without adding another pill to your routine. Even better, apples are naturally low in calories and sugar, making them a smart, satisfying snack for people managing diabetes, blood pressure, or weight. That kind of stability is a gift to both your heart and your joints, especially as metabolism slows and inflammation becomes a greater concern. But apples don't stop at heart health. Their fiber also supports your digestive system, helping to relieve constipation, something many seniors deal with quietly and often daily. And when you eat the peel, you get a powerful dose of antioxidants like quercetin and flavonoids, which are known to fight inflammation, protect against some cancers, and even lower the risk of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. Of course, the benefits of apples aren't just physical. There's something comforting about biting into a crisp apple. It's a taste of full harvests, warm pies cooling in the kitchen, or the simple joy of a packed lunch on a cool day. That sense of nostalgia, it matters. Health isn't just what we put in our bodies, it's also how we feel while doing it. Apples bring both nourishment and comfort, making them a perfect daily ritual for your heart, mind, and spirit. So yes, an apple a day really can make a difference, not just in what it gives your body, but in what it helps you avoid: cholesterol spikes, blood sugar crashes, and digestive issues that drain your energy and mood. And if apples are the silent protectors of the heart, what fruit could possibly nourish your bones, brain, and skin all at once? It's creamy, full of healthy fats, and often misunderstood. Let's talk about avocados, nature's buttery superfruit that offers more than just a trendy toast topping. 3. Avocados, nourishing fats that fuel a stronger, longer life. Among all the fruits in your kitchen, the avocado doesn't exactly scream for attention. It's not sweet like berries, not bright like citrus, and you probably won't find it sitting in a bowl on the counter. But if you're over 60, the avocado is more than just food. It's fuel for your heart, your brain, and your longevity. Now, while many fruits are known for their sugars and antioxidants, avocados are different. They're rich in monounsaturated fats, the kind of healthy fat your body actually needs more of as you age. These fats don't clog your arteries. Instead, they help reduce LDL, bad cholesterol, improve heart function, and nourish your brain. They also help tame inflammation, which is often behind joint pain, stiffness, and the slow decline in mobility that many seniors face. For older adults living with heart disease or simply trying to avoid it, avocados can be a game changer. And their benefits go even deeper. They're packed with vitamin K, a nutrient essential for maintaining strong bones and preventing fractures, something many of us don't think about until a sudden fall changes everything. Avocados also deliver a healthy dose of folate and potassium, two nutrients that help regulate blood pressure, support circulation, and reduce the risk of stroke. And let's not forget about your vision. Avocados contain lutein, a powerful antioxidant that protects the eyes from age degeneration and helps preserve sharp, clear sight well into your later years. But beyond the science, there's something deeply comforting about eating avocados. The texture is rich and creamy, the taste mild and satisfying. A few slices on whole grain toast or a spoonful alongside fresh greens. It doesn't feel like restriction, it feels like nourishment. And in a stage of life where so many foods come with warnings or limits, avocados seem to say, I'm here to help, not to harm. While many chase exotic superfoods or trendy powders, this soft, green fruit delivers strength and clarity in a quiet, consistent way. And that's exactly what we need more of as we age. Foods that support us without drama or flash. So if avocados help strengthen your bones and sharpen your mind, imagine a fruit that goes even further. a fruit that calms the gut, cools inflammation, and supports the very joints where aging tends to speak the loudest. And let's talk about that next. But next is papaya, a tropical fruit that's not only gentle on your stomach but holds surprising healing power for your whole body, especially if arthritis or joint pain has become a daily struggle. 4. Papaya, a natural healer for digestion and inflammation. In a world overflowing with antacids, joint creams, and supplement pills, it's easy to forget that some of the most powerful healing tools come straight from nature. The papaya, with its soft golden flesh and gentle tropical sweetness, isn't just a delicious fruit. For older adults, it's a quiet miracle, a natural remedy hiding in plain sight. As we age, digestion often becomes more delicate. Foods that once sat comfortably can suddenly cause bloating, heartburn, or slow, sluggish digestion. That's where papaya shines. It contains an enzyme called papain, a natural compound that helps break down protein gently and efficiently. For seniors dealing with constipation, slow digestion, or the uncomfortable side effects of long-term medications, papaya offers not just comfort, but real relief. But the magic of papaya doesn't stop with digestion. This vibrant fruit is also rich in vitamins A, C, and E, nutrients known for their ability to boost immune function, protect the skin, and reduce inflammation. Inflammation, as many know, is the root of numerous age conditions, arthritis, heart disease, and even memory loss. For those who suffer from stiff joints, recurring pain, or general fatigue, papaya quietly works behind the scenes to restore balance and support the body's natural healing process. The best part? It's easy. No cooking, no complicated preparation. Just a few slices of ripe papaya a day can have a meaningful impact on your digestion, your joints, and your energy. It's nature's way of saying healing doesn't always come in a bottle or a prescription. Sometimes it comes in a soft orange package, ready to serve, no side effects, no fine print. Papaya also supports skin health, improves hydration, and delivers a gentle, satisfying sweetness that doesn't spike your blood sugar. That makes it a smart option for seniors managing diabetes or sensitive stomachs, and thanks to its natural fiber content, it helps regulate bowel movements, something that becomes increasingly important as metabolism slows with age. Even more, the texture and flavor of papaya offer something comforting. It's not just about nutrients, it's about nourishment. Eating papaya feels like caring for yourself in the most gentle way, reminding us that health isn't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's soft, subtle, and powerful. So next time you're shopping for fruit, don't overlook this tropical treasure. It may not have the flash of superfood trends or come in a fancy package, but what it offers is deeper relief, restoration, and real nourishment from the inside out. So if you're looking for a way to support your digestion, calm inflammation, and enjoy a naturally healing food that fits easily into your daily routine, papaya may be exactly what your body's been asking for. And speaking of foods that support aging bodies, let's take a look at a few final reminders how to bring all these fruits together into a simple weekly plan that protects your joints, fuels your memory, and helps you feel strong again. Doctor's advice: real healing begins with consistency, not complexity. As a physician who's spent over 3 decades working with older adults, I can tell you something with absolute certainty. The small choices you make each day matter more than any prescription I could ever write. I've treated thousands of patients in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, some frail and declining, others thriving with vitality and clarity. And you know what separates those two groups more than anything else? It's not genetics. It's not access to expensive supplements or gym memberships. It's something much simpler: daily habits. When you choose to eat fruits like blueberries, apples, avocados, and papayas, you're not just filling your stomach. You're giving your body real tools to fight inflammation, improve circulation, protect memory, regulate blood sugar, and preserve mobility. These aren't just buzzwords. They're the foundations of independence, dignity, and energy as you age. What I love about these 4 fruits is that they're not trendy, they're time-tested, affordable, and easy to incorporate. Blueberries for the brain, apples for the heart, avocados for your joints and mind, papaya for digestion and inflammation. Each one supports a different corner of your health. Together they form a natural defense system, working quietly but powerfully behind the scenes. If I could give you one piece of advice as your doctor, it's this. Stop waiting for a perfect diet plan and start with what's realistic. Keep it simple. Add half a cup of blueberries to your morning oats. Swap one processed snack for a sliced apple with nut butter. Top your salad with avocado. Enjoy a few slices of papaya after dinner instead of sugary dessert. It's not about doing everything overnight. It's about making one smart swap at a time. I've seen patients transform their blood pressure, reduce their cholesterol, relieve constipation, and even reverse prediabetes by making small but consistent changes like these, not in months, in weeks. And the best part? These foods don't come with side effects, they don't require a warning label, they don't disrupt your sleep or drain your energy. They work with your body, not against it. So my question for you is simple. What's one fruit you'll start with this week? Think about how that one change could make tomorrow just a little easier, one less ache, one clearer thought, one stronger step. Your body is still capable of healing, adapting, and becoming stronger, no matter your age. But it needs your help. And that help doesn't come from extremes, it comes from everyday decisions made with care. Your health isn't behind you, it's still within reach. And it starts with what you put on your plate, one bite at a time. Your health is in your hands, one bite at a time. As we move into the later chapters of life, one quiet truth becomes harder to ignore. We can no longer take our health for granted. The foods we once ate without thinking, the ones that comforted us, celebrated with us, or simply became part of our habits, now carry a new weight. Each bite can either bring healing or add to the burden on our aging bodies. But here's the good news. It's never too late to make better choices. And those better choices don't have to be drastic or difficult. They can be as simple as swapping dried fruit for blueberries, choosing an apple instead of a sugary snack, adding fresh avocado instead of processed spreads, or enjoying papaya at breakfast instead of reaching for another bottle of antacids. These small decisions made one day, then another, start to build something powerful, a stronger heart, a clearer mind, more flexible joints, better digestion, and most of all, a renewed sense of control over your own well-being. That, my friends, is a gift worth protecting. We also have to be wise enough and kind enough with ourselves to accept that not everything we once enjoyed still serves us today. Some fruits, while natural and once beneficial, may now work against our aging systems. Grapefruit, bananas, cherries, and dried fruits aren't bad, but they require more caution. They ask us to pay attention to our medications, our blood sugar, our kidneys, and our unique health needs. And that attention isn't fear, it's maturity, it's respect for a body that's carried us this far. Let this be a gentle reminder. This isn't about what you can't have. It's about all the good you still can. Nature has given us a bounty of healing foods. We just have to choose them with care and intention. Whether you're 60, 70, 80 or beyond, know this. Your health isn't behind you. It's right here, right now, in every meal, in every choice. The fruits you welcome into your life can be more than food. They can be your partners in longevity, your daily way of saying, I respect this body. I want to feel strong. I want to keep moving forward. When you nourish your body with wisdom and love, you don't just add years to your life. You add life to your years. Because you deserve to age with strength, dignity, and joy, one mindful bite at a time. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live more fully and more consciously. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned today and one change you're ready to make? If you enjoyed this message, please leave a 1 in the comments. If not, drop a 0. Your feedback helps us grow. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more thoughtful content just like this. Thank you for watching. Here's to living life your way with intention, strength, and peace.